Howdy y'all, TheJTJ here with an Inkscape project, creating silhouettes. Alright guys, I'm going to be creating some silhouettes out of these two superheroes here, Deadpool and the Black Panther. These were some toys that my kid had laying around, so I took some pictures. And you could do the same with toys, you could do them with cars, you could do them with people, you can do them with yourself. Like, you can make a silhouette out of anything you can pretty much take a picture of. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this and start from the beginning and show you how it goes. So we have Inkscape launched right here, and there's many ways to bring your file in. I'm going to go ahead and import it. Alright, I found the file. We're just going to bring it in. And notice a lot of times when you bring a file into Inkscape, it's pretty large. You can just grab that top corner handle, hold the control key, and scale it down the way you would like. I'm going to leave them about this big. Now we notice that it is covering the artboard. We're going to fix that. We're going to go to File, Document Properties, Resize Page to Content, and resize the page to drawing or selection. Now if you look here, the artboard has been changed to the correct size, and sometimes you'll want to do that first, sometimes you'll want to resize the image to your artboard. It's just according to what kind of project you're going to. So I'm going to start with Black Panther over here. Let's zoom in a little bit, and this is a pretty standard simple silhouette drawing. Okay, so we're just going to get the pen tool, zoom in a little bit more. We want to get all that detail. Let me get the pen tool. I'm going to find a good starting spot, which is about right here, and we're just going to make our way around. Now notice here that we have a white fill and a black stroke. You can change that. I think I will. I'm going to first off, I'm going to take the fill out because it'll come in handy later and we'll end up filling it, but sometimes it'll get in the way when you're tracing. And the stroke, I probably am going to change it to something that is a little bit brighter, since he's already has a black costume. If I do a black stroke, it's sort of harder to see. So if I change it to red, it's easy to see. And then we're just going to continue on. And of course, you want to try to get as much detail as you can when you trace this. There's going to be a little give and take. It doesn't have to be completely perfect for the layers project that we'll be doing next. But the more detail, the more accuracy that you can have, the better it's going to look. The more people are going to see, oh hey, that looks like Black Panther. I can see the ears, I can see the claws. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this out. We'll speed it up. And there you go. We'll press 5 to go back to full. Now, the big thing to remember here, when you trace anything out, I connected all of these. These are not multiple parts. One of the quickest ways to check if it's all in one piece is just click on the line, and the bounding box should be the size of your trace. The next step we're going to do is we're going to fill it all black. So now it's black with a red stroke. I'll go ahead and take the stroke off of it by holding the shift key and clicking the X right there. Now we have a silhouette. Okay, we can do a lot of different things with a silhouette. We can put them in different art pieces. We can duplicate these. You can make them grayscale. We'll talk a little bit about all the things you can do in the next project, which is the layers contrast. But this is your base. This is what you need to have if you're trying to do a layers contrast sort of project. Now that was the easy one. We'll move over here to Deadpool, which is a little bit more advanced. Now, not only is it probably a little bit more of an advanced silhouette, because it looks like there's probably a little bit more twists and turns and different pieces, but what makes this one really different is these negative space areas here. So right here between the sword and his knee, there's a negative space piece. There's actually one under his armpit there where his harness goes in, another one here where his sheath is, and then there's a big negative space piece there. Whenever you're tracing anything with a negative space, you can do it second or you can do it first, but you have to look at each one of these pieces of negative space as a separate shape. So I'm going to go ahead and trace out these negative shape pieces first, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with them. Alright, I've just traced out all the negative space pieces, and sort of when I'm working with these negative space pieces, I want to fill them with like a color that I know I'm not going to use in this picture, just to make them stand out and that they're easy for me to find. So I'll go ahead and click on all those and do that. So now you see that I've sort of traced out these pieces that are in between. I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to go up to Path and Union, and we can tell that now they're all there. I'm just going to leave them where they're at for right now, so we've sort of got that piece done. Next, I'm going to go ahead and trace out the Deadpool. Alright, so we have the silhouette traced out, we will go ahead and sort of just pull it to the side. I'll show you that it is whole. Control Z, and let's put it back. And let's fill it with black. Alright, so there we go. We're going to want to bring that down a layer, so I can press the page down button now that we see that this other part is now sitting on top. So we're going to select both of these, the negative space and the positive space. So I'm going to select the negative space, hold down the shift key, select the silhouette, then we'll go to path and difference. So now you can see when I drag it out, that's sort of how we cut the holes. There we go. That's sort of an advanced silhouette to be cutting out, but it looks like that. We will use both of these in layers contrast project next. Thanks for watching.